Hi everybody, it's Lou, I'm back. Welcome back to my channel, Oh Liverpool Lou. Hope you're all well and you've had a nice week. Thank you so much for watching my last video. If you didn't, go and check it out. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to give you a sewing room tour. So I apologise in advance if the camera is mega wobbly. I'm going to see how it goes because as you know, I record on my iPad because I'm that high tech. And I think carrying it around the room, it might be very wobbly. So if it's too awful, I'll just sack it off and do it another time. Anyway, what's been happening since I last saw you? Haven't really done much sewing. I recovered my ironing board, which was very exciting. I had a few little orders to do for my little business as well. But clothes-wise, I haven't made anything, although I'm planning to make the flint culottes next. That is on my list. So I'm wearing today a ready-to-wear shirt. This is a Muji shirt, which I pimped up. I embroidered it. I don't know if you can see there, these lovely little puffy flowers. And I also made French knots in green. And I love doing that. I was inspired by Elise Lex from By Hand London, who just does gorgeous embroidery on lots of her clothes. And in fact, I think she shared the photograph that I put on Instagram of this, which was rather flattering. I went a bit crazy replacing the buttons. So some of them are red, and some of them are like these twinkly crystal things. These are red. I think I went for both because I didn't have enough of either to do every button, but I'm not really sure if I think that looks very good. It's maybe a little bit OTT. But anyway, I'm wearing it for you because at least it's a token handmade something. Okay guys, so, and another thing that I've done, I've entered the competition, the Instagram hashtag competition, alittlelawnparty, which is run by Handmade by Ditsy Tulip and The Bright Blooms. I will link them in the description below because it's a lovely, lovely little competition, all about spring sewing and cotton lawn and gorgeous, lovely, fresh things like that. So I'm definitely going to enter that. Okay then, without further ado, I'm going to give you a tour of my sewing room. Let's see how this goes. Wobbly cameras ahoy. Okay, oh, I can tell already this is mega wobbly. I'm in a little hallway entrance to our spare bedroom in the flat where we live in Abu Dhabi. We've got some pretty bog standard, not very, well, they're ugly wardrobes there, but they're very useful and they're just in the hallway. And as we walk in here, on the wall there I've got my blocks that I made at a workshop. You probably know about that because I mentioned it in the last video. I'm really pleased with them. And then I've got a full-length mirror here, which is really useful obviously for trying on when you're sewing. You can keep checking how the fit is and things like that. The main reason I put this mirror in here though is because this, obviously it being a spare room, it doubles up as a guest room, and I felt, I don't know, I always think about staying in people's houses and how useful a full-length mirror is if you're a guest, so that was why I put that in really, and then it turned out to be useful as an extra thing in my sewing room as well. I've got the little step stool from IKEA there. The blanket and that fabric are actually going to be part of a project that I'm going to do probably next week. I'm going to recover the headboard on our bed with that fabric, and I'm going to use the blanket underneath it to sort of like pad the headboard a little bit. I've done that with another headboard and the blanket survived because it's a really cute, lovely Welsh blanket that belonged to Cogs's mother, my husband's mum. And then obviously we have the ubiquitous IKEA button rug, which every sewist on the internet seems to have, but I love it, I love the colours. This is great, also IKEA, this is my cutting table, but I kind of use it as like a stand-up desk quite a lot as well, so I'll end up like, you know, doing lots of things on here. I'll put the cutting mat out. I'm not going to show you my cutting mat because it's disgusting. I'm going to get a new one. It's just it's just a bit of a show. That's an order of some cutlery wraps that I made for a customer this week. This is my handmade banner for my little business, Things You Will Need. I like embroidering lettering in chain stitch. It's just something I love doing. That fabric was from a vintage sheet that I found in a charity shop. I've got the tiniest little scrap left of it now, and I'm saving it for something for me because I absolutely adore it. Yeah, I've got a mini cutting mat, which is really useful for, you know, when you're cutting out bits of paper and things, or I don't know, straightening lines and stuff. It's a nice crafty thing. I've got my pencil part. This part's full of only sewing things, so it's, you know, fabric markers. If you're wondering about the comb, that's because I make tassels for my pennants for my little business, and I comb the tassels out. It's very useful. So then I've got this little area here with some hooks in it. I want those hooks to go all the way along the wall, really. And that's my long-term plan. This is also a really nice thing for when guests come to stay, because they can use it to hang their towels, or they can hang their clothes up there. I usually try and keep something that I've sewn up there. So obviously at the moment I've got these little beauties, which are my orange crushed velvet shorts with pockets. A garment I think most girls need in their lives. I crushed that velvet myself as well, which I was really rather proud of. I love those, they're great. That's an IKEA mini ironing board that I recovered myself following Tilly and the Buttons' brilliant little tutorial. Very useful. This is some of my stock from Things You Will Need, my business. This has got applique punctuation marks, obviously. Yeah, and then some other Bobby. Hello. Yeah, got loads of those. Oh, this is quite a cute little corner. This is some of my paper cutting that I had a go at. Oh, that diamond's wonky. Sorry, I've just got to do a bit of a Monica Geller here and straighten that thing up. Wow. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I cut out these little fellas and these jewel shapes. I think they're from a Molly Makes, you know, little free book that came with Molly Makes once, and I really got into paper cutting for a while. That was great for that mini cutting mat. This calendar I think came with Frankie magazine. If it wasn't Frankie, it was Calm, but I think it was Frankie. And that's a really nice little monthly thing to look at. So you can see outside the window just about. The windows get very, very dirty here in the UAE because it's very sandy and dusty. And the window cleaners come and basically abseil down the side of the building every month or so, and it's a bit overdue, so that's getting done soon. Hurrah! This is my desk where I sit to do my sewing. So down at the bottom there on the left hand side is a little Moroccan basket that I love, that was from when we lived in Morocco. I use that for, you know, threads and scraps as I'm sewing. Love my yellow chair from IKEA, although it's incredibly uncomfortable. It's not practical, really. I've got to change it up. I covered this cushion cover with some cute fabric that my mum got me from Liberty once when she went shopping in London with her sister. Oh, he's funny. He might freak you out, but I love this guy. Oh, he's lost his arm. Oh, soldier. Oh gosh, what's happened to him? There we go. Look. Hurrah! I love him. I've had him since I was little, and he's come with me on my travels wherever I've gone. My diary there. I've got two diaries. One's for lists and planning, and one is for writing nice things that happened in. That's the V&A one that my dad gave me. This is a picture of my mum and me and my sister. Let me turn it towards the light so you can see it better, which just cracks me up, really. That's my mum, Mama Chris. That's me, and this is my little sister Jenny Jones, who was clearly having none of it for the photographer on that day. I just love the fact that she's just totally got her back to the camera and has also lost a ribbon out of her hair. It's just funny, it's very Jenny Jones, and I love it. She still doesn't really like the camera, Jen. But anyway, I love that picture, it's fab. Then I've got, you know, lots of nonsense. Oh, some more paper cutting. That was paper cutting that I did. Yes, this is Lego. I am a child at heart, I think. Absolutely love Lego. More stationery. I got these the other day. How cute are those? Rose gold Eiffel Tower scissors. I saw them on somebody's Instagram and just typed into the internet rose gold Eiffel Tower scissors and found them in a local shop here and ordered them. So I was rather pleased with that. That was fab. I've got a speaker here. I like to plug in my iPad with, you know, iPods or YouTube or Six Music or my own music, anything. Unfortunately, this little fella, he didn't work anymore. This oh God, it's so sad. It's just lost its display completely. This was from my husband. If you watch my Instagram stories, you might have seen a few days ago, I shared the engraving on the back of this. I can't make it. Come on, darling. I can't make it focus. Anyway, it says, "Stay home and love me, my Liverpool Lou," which are words from the song Liverpool Lou, which is rather sweet. So even though it's broken, obviously I can't ever throw that iPod away because it has a precious message from my Cugs on it. This is a fabulous coaster from my friend Vic. What a cheeky unicorn. This little chest of drawers is fab. I love it. It's so useful. I keep in the top drawer lots of like stationery bits and bobs, all my washi tape, all that kind of thing. The next drawer, I've got more sewing related bits and bobs. So, oh, this is my favourite. Look at these. These were a present from Cogs as well, a Christmas present. My Sajou La Petite Monstre. Ah, Les Petits Monstres, I should say. Look at these beautiful things. Gorgeous. They're tiny and actually not that easy to use, but so pretty, aren't they? I still love them, and they cost a fortune for a pair of tiny scissors. This is a pin cushion that I made years ago, and it's a bit filthy now, but it's the only pin cushion I've got. I should probably get a magnetic one, I think. Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? But anyway, a cute little cupcake that I cross-stitched myself. This is not the best storage, so I've got all my interfacing at the back there. This is my thread box. I would love some kind of like thread spool holder thing. Give me suggestions of how I should store all that stuff, because I know that's not that practical. And that's my little bobbin box there. Cutting tools. I'm also desperate for some new dressmaking shears. More sewing bits and pieces in here, bias tape, elastic. This has got fastenings and zips and things in it, I think. And at the bottom, this is mostly like cross-stitch stuff, because I do a bit of that. Oh, that's attractive, isn't it? This might be the highlight of the video for you. My sticky roller. This is what I use to clean my IKEA rug when I'm being too lazy to get the Hoover out. It's really great. Nice. This is a handy little corner for sitting in when you want to do hand stitching or record a vlog post. This is a cushion that I made a long time ago. The fabric in the middle is too thin, obviously. I hand embroidered the hurrah. Poster of the Grand Budapest Hotel. Love Wes Anderson movies a lot. My friend SJ gave me that as a present, which was a great present. Thank you, SJ. More of my daft little pennants here. This one, it's hard to see it, but it says back in the flipping game. And I did that one after my third failed round of IVF, I decided I wanted to get back into things, and I did that, which was very nice. This is another present from Cogs, a lovely tea towel from the V&A, which is just really pretty and gorgeous. I should really hang it with a bit of dowel, like the way that I do my pennants, but I just wanted it on the wall, so I just stuck it up, dead fast. And then here I've got some really great useful storage. As you can see, here is my sewing machine. She's pretty basic. She's just a little brother, but she's the second sewing machine that I've had. I used to have a tiny little red John Lewis Mini, which got me started, and that was fantastic. But this one's doing really well, actually. I would really like the one that Tilly and the Buttons has got. That's my dream machine, and I think I will eventually work my way up to that. But she does all right for now, this one. Oh, this is my overlocker. Another present from my beautiful husband, Richard Cugley. And it sits there and has been used about 3 times to do the inside seams on some cushions. And something has gone awry with it, viewers. I can't make it work. One of the threads just keeps snapping. I'm able to redo it, but as soon as I start stitching again, it just snaps, and I don't know why. I can't figure it out, so I think I need to just take it to see somebody who understands, some kind of service person, and get that sorted out, because I know it would make sewing so much faster for me. I need to sort it out. Okay, so this little section here, we've got all my sewing books on the left-hand side, jars of buttons, bon maman jar. Basically, everything gets put in a bon maman jar in this house. Homemade hummus. I actually put a leftover half a can of tonic in a bon maman jar the other day, because I just couldn't bear to throw away that half can of tonic. I only had one gin and tonic. And I was like, if I just leave this in the can, it's just going to go flat. So I put it in a bon maman jar in the fridge, but it still went flat. Any tips and tricks for that, folks? Let me know. There are my patterns there. The cute little characters are from Jane Foster. It was like a kit, and I just sewed them up. I think they're really rather cute. Here is my reasonably tidy fabric stash. Don't look at the bottom left-hand corner. Oh my God. But the rest of it's not too bad. Oh, this is all stuff that needs to go up on the walls, really. The boring and fun things, I used to have those up on the wall with a list each, like long-term projects that I needed to do. So I try to pick a boring project to match every fun one, to just get through the boring ones as well. But obviously they've fallen down now, so I need to put them back up. The love postcards I adore. I love, actually. They're the Yves Saint Laurent. He used to design them every New Year and send them out to his friends at New Year. And I've got quite a few of them, actually, because when we lived in Marrakesh, we lived very nearby the Jardin Majorelle, which is where Yves Saint Laurent used to live. He had a house there, which is still there. It's very beautiful. And there's a tiny little museum there. Well, in fact, there's a massive one now, which has since opened since we left, and I want to go back and see it. But I always used to buy a love postcard every time I went there, so that's quite a nice story behind those. The ice lolly is a paper cut that I did that fell off the wall. Oh yeah, that's good, isn't it? Merry Christmas walls. That's for my best friend Holly. You know, once you've been friends with somebody for that long, you can give them a Christmas present in the summer. It's fine. This is my newly recovered ironing board. It was filthy and disgusting before. It was absolutely desperate. This fabric is really, really lovely. It was from my Auntie Kathy. She sent it to me quite a few years ago, and I've never cut into it. I've never felt like I had the right project for it. I wanted to keep it as beautiful as possible, and then I thought, no, you don't have to make a garment out of it, Lou. You can enjoy it and love it as something else. So I did. I used an old towel as wadding. I couldn't get any wadding, so I just used an old towel and covered it, and used this again with the Tilly and the Buttons tutorial, and I think it looks really nice. Now, I'm going to show you, friends, my least favourite part of this room, but I'm going to be honest and just put it in here. These wardrobes, oh my God. Listen, I can't complain. We live here because my husband has a job as, he's a school teacher, he's an English teacher, and our accommodation is provided by the school, which is amazing. So I'm not really complaining about the fact I've got a spare room with a load of wardrobe space in it that is given to us as part of his job. I'm not. All I'm saying is, I think they're ugly. I'm sorry I've said it. They're just not my bag. They're not to my taste. They're very, very dark, and you can probably see the fingerprints, which are impossible to get off. So my plan is to get like a curtain pole that goes all the way along there, and then I can just get curtains and like cover that, and I could use it as a background for photos, for vlogs and stuff, and then when I need to get into them, you can just pull the curtains over here and you can open the wardrobes, because they're really useful. I'm not complaining about that. Look, I even use this part for storage for like patterns and paper. That's an old candle in there just to make the cupboard smell nice. Yeah, so they're really, really, really useful and practical. I just don't like the way they look. So if you've stuck with me for this long, thank you. I'm going to sit down again and have a little gab with you. Okay, thank you for coming with me around my sewing room. I felt like I was a little bit disengaged being behind the camera for once. So I'm going to see how this turns out, and I might just get Cugs to be a cameraman and film me and do it again. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any ideas for me or tips for storage or suggestions for doing things better than the way I have them at the moment, then let me know. Yeah, I'm really glad that loads of you are watching and more people are subscribing, which is just lovely. And also, I'm almost at 500 followers on Instagram. Well, actually, I wonder how long it'll take me to get there. It might take quite a few weeks or months even. I'm at about 476, I think, at the moment. But I was thinking maybe I could do perhaps a little giveaway when we get to 500 of some description. I don't know what yet, but I'll think on that a bit further anyway. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future vlogs. And yeah, have a look for me on Instagram as well. Oh, that's important news. I changed my Instagram handle. I was Lulabella with 3 O's. And I changed it to match this YouTube channel. So I'm now oliverpoollo on Instagram, O_Liverpool_Lou. So have a look for me on there and follow me. Yeah, I hope you all have a lovely week, and thanks again for watching. Yeah, keep stitching. Mwah, mwah, mwah.